Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Cressi Frog Plus fins. So obviously I don't have a pair with me, they're in the warehouse. With everything that's going on at the moment, I can't just pop to the warehouse and sort of do a video on them, but we're going to do our best with sort of what we have at home. But don't worry, rest assured, when things do go more back to normal, yeah, I'm going to get a pair of fins. I'm going to do another version of this sort of video, more like normal, and actually physically show you the fins so you can get a sense of size, and I can kind of point you around the fins, but that will come in the sort of next coming months. But in the meantime, let's take a closer look at the Cressi Frog Plus fins. So these are a smart pair of fins. They're actually a pretty sensible size compared to a lot of sort of other fins. They're a little bit shorter, but they do have some very smart features around them which aren't immediately available. These are mainly for recreational divers. Cressi recommend them for sort of entry to advanced level diving, but I don't see why anyone else sort of wouldn't want them. They're actually a pretty sort of smart pair of fins. Now they're designed around a traditional sort of paddle fin, so they don't have the kind of the channeling or the kind of changing the shape of the blade, but they do have some smart benefits. If I start at the tip of the fin, you see it has this very distinctive kind of tip to the fin, basically, and what we call this is a fishtail tip, and where it has that kind of cutout in the middle, we've taken that from sort of actual fin, pectoral fins, and with that cutout it actually helps to reduce tracking. So tracking is where, if you imagine moving your fin through the water, sometimes if you really do force it, it kind of shudders from side to side. We call that tracking. That's quite annoying when that happens on your feet, when you're kind of sort of swimming along. So, so this helps to reduce that. It's much more natural, and it sort of helps sort of move your fin backwards and forwards much more smoothly. So moving up the blade of the fin, you can see this is where the tri-material sort of comes into play. So you have three different colors really. You have the lighter blue, which is a more sort of softer silicone-like material. You have the darker black, which is a more sort of robuster, stronger sort of material. And then you actually have the main sort of material of the blade, which is quite a clever technopolymer, which is meant to basically store energy from your leg and from your foot and really transfer that energy down towards the blade so you can really rocket yourself through the water. Now, one thing you'll notice with Frog Plus is that you'll have the foot pocket, but the blade itself, instead of attaching at the bottom, it attaches to the top of the foot pocket. And this means that you can get a slightly more aggressive angle of attack of that blade while still being relatively flat. So when you're on the flat deck of a boat, or you're kind of walking your way backwards in sort of on the sands, actually you're not going to be bending the blade of the fin, but when you're in the water you want it to be at a more sort of aggressive angle, so you get more efficient fin kick. So they're kind of killing two birds with one stone, and it actually increases the overall surface area of the fin blade by about 20%, even though it's sort of a little bit shorter. So that's a very smart design choice. On the underside of the foot pocket, you have a pretty aggressive tread. So yeah, if you're moving in sort of the surf, sort of around the sand in a sort of a soft substrate, yeah, you get a bit more grip on the wet deck of a boat as well. Down at the back of the foot pocket, open heel, so you wear boots with this, but you have that elastomer strap on the back, two-way sort of ratchet system on that, or you have two buckles, one on either side. So pull on the tab to sort of make that strap shorter, and then push on a button just to sort of release that. They of course hinge, so that strap can be sort of on the back of your heel, however high you prefer it, and you do have a pinch clip release mechanism as well, so you can get out of them very easily. So overall, I really like these fins. They're a very smart design, sort of nice and sleek in the water. They stand out as well, which is quite nice, so your buddy can identify you a bit easier. A lot of fins today have a pretty traditional shape, but with that fishtail tip, it is a bit more distinctive, so you're going to stand out a little bit easier. Lots of different colors and sizes with these as well, and yeah, as far as downsides, none really. I'd like a little bit more kind of channeling on them, but that would be my only complaint, and it's not a particularly big one. Overall, yeah, they're a smart pair of fins, definitely worth looking at. These are the Cressi Frog Plus fins. Thanks for watching, and safe diving.